I turned 50 and I was also a breast cancer survivor. It's probably the most well-known school in the world.
Fascinating soul in and out of the mold. This is New York City Kaleidoscope. Today we have Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz Lockett. I'm currently a culinary student at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris. I have been in Paris for about 3 months and decided to take this path after 27 years as a former Chief Business Development and Marketing Officer at law firms that are both international and US based.
What was the first incident that made you look into Le Cordon Bleu?
So I've been doing it for a long time, and the last 12 years in the capacity as chief, and I had gone to a number of different firms. It was difficult to make change. Lawyers are very smart, but developing business is not what they go to law school for, and it can be very challenging and frustrating. And I turned 50 last year, and I was also a breast cancer survivor. So asking a lot of questions about myself and what really makes me happy, and realized I wasn't really that fulfilled in what I was doing. And I actually went on a girls trip to California with my 3 best friends, and one of them said, "You love to cook, you love to entertain, why don't you go to cooking school?" And I thought she was absolutely nuts, and then thought about it for a month or 2 and decided to give it a go. And I chose Le Cordon Bleu because it's the best, and I love French cuisine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What was your first experience of French cuisine? Why you decided to do French cuisine over other ones?
That's a really good question. I think I fell in love with Julia Child. She's also 6'1", like me, very tall, and didn't know what to do with her life. And she was actually making hats when she decided to start cooking, and was just really inspired by her story, and started following her recipes. And the first recipe I really mastered was beef bourguignon, and I started making it about 20 years ago, and it's become my signature dish. And so I just fell in love with French cuisine.
Awesome. Yeah. It's quite surprising right now we still have never tried to cook beef bourguignon.
I know. I'm wondering when we're going to get to that. That would be nice.
It is also very important. Like, it sounds like you were inspired because you saw someone just like you.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to accomplish is that give people kind of a channel, because the way of our imagination happens if we see something first.
Yeah.
Gives courage, especially a lot of women have the courage. So what was your impression of the school? Like, before you decide to come here, have you ever heard of it?
Oh, absolutely. And I've been listening to food podcasts and watching Food Network and reading cookbooks, and for literally 35-40 years. It just has a reputation of really classical French technique, which I think is the foundation of any kind of cooking, of any kind of cuisine. So I think it was a good school to choose for the name, but also just I knew you were going to learn the basics really, really well.
What are some of the options of studying at Le Cordon Bleu? How did you make your decision?
I was not going to be a baker. Like patisserie and boulangerie, which is bread making, are options. They also have a pretty cool management business program, which I wouldn't mind actually taking a workshop or 2 with that. They also have a sommelier program, and then there's a macronutrient plant-based program as well. I just, given my skill set and my background and what I enjoyed doing, cuisine was really the only option for me.
Just start working, or?
I think a lot of it is it's an ability to get an internship or to get your foot in the door. I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, when you start in the restaurant business or even in hotels or whatever, you're going to start at the bottom. It's called being a commie, and you're going to end up, peeling potatoes and turning vegetables and making salads, and until you continue to demonstrate your abilities and to go up the line. One of the things I liked about the marketing of Le Cordon Bleu and why I was attracted to it, it wasn't just, oh, you want to be a chef. It's like, you could be a food blogger or a cookbook editor, or you could, there were a lot of other options. You could do hotel management, or you could design restaurants. And so I feel like there was a lot of options. It wasn't just like you want to be a chef, because that's not really my intention once I graduate.
Oh, what would be your intention once you graduate?
So my goal, and I've thought about this a lot, I definitely want to develop a cookbook or a book/cookbook on my experience, because I think a lot of particularly women have been interested in my journey. But 2, my goal is to go back home. I grew up in Florida, but I have not returned to Florida since I was 18. And I've lived in New York and DC and Chicago, a lot of big cities all over the United States, but I want to go back and sort of get back to my community. So my goal is to create a cooking school for tourists and locals that want to learn more about it, and to perhaps create a little bit of an online and retail shop with food specialty, as well as catering on the side for very specific type of catering. I don't want to do giant weddings or stuff like that, but intimate dinner parties where you're creating sort of experiences.